YouTube, MFFLs. What's good, everybody? It's been a long night for the Mav fans out there, especially for the Mavericks. But I am your boy Rail. I got my co-host on King, and this is We Talk Mavs
What up?
on the Glow Sun Sports YouTube channel. Mavs lose 107 to 91. This seems to be a recurring theme with this team. It's just a lot of questions, a lot of unanswered questions, and it's a lot, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. We're gonna give you guys our takeaways from the game, our positives, which is probably not gonna be a lot, our negatives, and our game balls. No matter wins or loss, we're gonna give you the game balls. And if you guys got any comments or questions or anything like that, you can go ahead and post them. But we're gonna address them at the end of the show, so we can have it a little bit more neater. Like I said, I am your boy Real. I got my boy King on, and we are the host of the We Talk Mavs show here on the Glow Sun Sports Channel. Let's go ahead and get into it, King. Man, I know you're excited about this game, man.
You say
let's
so.
go. Let's go ahead and give our takeaways on this game, man. What
All
you
right.
got, man?
Well, I'll run first. Just as quick as we gave the Mavericks credit, I'm gonna take it away. this this was the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde that we all expect from the Mavericks. They laid an egg, man. And I'm gonna tell you the truth again. I know on this show we try to keep it as real as possible, and
Yep.
I'm gonna continue to keep it real. I know a lot of Mavs fans may hit me and all. It's Luka. Luka's not in the shape. Luka is not in the shape he needs to be in right now. He's foul baiting, looking for fouls, and not finishing through contact and all. And it's harder for him to get around guys, even bigger guys right now. I think he went 7 to 20 tonight,
Yep.
and or six.
35%.
Yeah. So again, the team goes with him. We don't have the most talented players on the team, as we all know. So when our superstar is not playing, the rest of the team seem like they go down here as well. So it's Luka, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know if he needs a break, maybe a couple games off, just trying to go on conditioning and all. But he needs to get himself in some type of better conditioning or just carrying a little bit more. At the beginning of the game, the uh, the the starters were doing okay. The bench was awful at the beginning. When they came in, they gave the Pelicans they allowed them to come back and take the lead. And it seemed like once the Pelicans took the lead, that they never really relinquished it or got really in trouble after that. And the Mavericks could never really claw back and get back into the game. And then it got a little ugly towards the end. Um, yeah, I don't have much. I'm trying to look at all the stats and all, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Boban got a couple minutes. Did his 4 points real quick. But yeah, everyone else, Maxi Kleber, I'm sorry. Maxi Kleber probably was the only good sight on the team. And he was knocking down buckets beside Luke, especially early and often. And that's probably all I can say. J Kid, I don't really want to crucify him too much. Um, guys got to knock down shots and make plays. So it's just another example of the Mavericks not having a good enough squad.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Uh, I'm not going to blame Jason Kidd as far as I think you kind of addressed this on my previous video that Dallas was number one in the league in wide open shots. They're just not hitting it. I mean, Kidd can put you in the positions to shoot the shots, but it's your job to hit them. You know what I mean? So you can't blame Kidd on that. Um, Touching on the Luca thing, man, we bragged about Luca in the last game and how he was giving, or should I say, he was doing what the defense was giving him. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't forcing a lot of shots. Um, he shot 35% tonight, man, which is not gonna cut it for him. I mean, he still had, as I see down there, 21, 10, and 7, almost had another triple double. But I guess also go to show that Luca's bad game is somebody's like career high game.
Yeah.
If I told you that a player got you 21, 10, and 7, you be like, oh man, that's a good game.
Uh-huh.
Not for Luca, man. And you shooting 0 for 6 on threes, and then you shooting 35% total from the field, man. It's not a good look, man. You I asked you this on the last video. Did you have confidence that the Mavericks would, win the second game after what we saw in the last game? It looks like New Orleans kind of took it personal, man. It came out and did their thing in this game. Um, Two keys for the New Orleans was Valanciunas came out and played a whole lot better. Valanciunas actually put up 14 and 11. He shot 7 for 9 from the field because we saw what happened last game. Like he was just non-existent last game, and it also showed in his final score. And Brandon Ingram, man, listen, we talked about Brandon Ingram on the last video, man. Brandon Ingram is a problem, bro. Like I wish there was a way that we can get Brandon Ingram. I would love to have Brandon Ingram with this on this team, man. He's so efficient. He almost had a triple double tonight. He had I don't know if it's a career high or a season high in assists tonight. He had 12 assists. He looked good tonight, man. He looked unstoppable. I know you had asked a question before we started the video about, what can Dallas do? Now I know that the answer everybody gonna be saying is, oh, just trade. We need to trade. That's we're talking about like right now with the team that they have now. What can they do? And it's not too much that I don't even know if it's too much they can do, man. Tell you the truth, because we've changed the lineup at least 5 times, man. It's just I we are the options right now, man. Other than you need to make a trade, what else is there to do? And I don't know. I don't know if it's the fact that it could be. I don't know if it's the fact that Luka is probably out of shape. I think it's the fact that it makes it harder when nobody around you is hitting their shots. So you have to play hero ball, which puts a whole lot of more pressure on you. Because like we said before in the previous video too, when Luka has to play hero ball, guess what the defense is gonna do? They're gonna focus on you because you're not trying to get everybody else involved. And when you do get everybody else involved, they're not hitting their shots. As y'all can see down here at the bottom, Dallas shot 40% as a team, 29% from three. And can we get on the free throws too? Like, I know Luka is a catalyst for this because he's not really a good free throw shooter, man. Because we've always seen in previous years, with even in the Don Nelson era, even before when we drafted Luka, Dallas has always been a good free throw shooting team. I don't know what's going on right now with this team, man. We don't have anybody who is a consistent threat at the free throw line.
That's
it. And Maxi Kleber, but Maxi Kleber doesn't go to the free throw line enough to to really put a scare in teams to from putting them on the line or whatever. And so it's a headache, man. And I feel like I'm sorry everybody who's watching these videos, man. I know it feels like we just beating down on the Mavericks, but like King said, man, we just got to call it like it is, man. This is not looking good right now for Dallas, man. Dallas look very mediocre. They look like they just don't know what they're doing out there. They look like they're not organized. They look like they just look bad all around, man. Just can't make shots. You look good last game. You shot, like you said before, shot damn near 70%, and it's tonight you shoot 40. And then you play to one of the sorriest teams one of the worst teams in the league in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And just like you let this team look like a team that's in at least in the play-in tournament. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. This might be a short video, man, because we don't want to. It's just us just pounding on the Mavericks, man. Every game, man, it's just kind of getting old. And I guess we can go to the next here, man. Just kind of give us give our positives. Is there any positives in this game?
Maxi Kleber.
Okay. So that's now next,
Maxi Kleber. That's I'm looking. I'm trying to get one, and I'm like I will give it to Luka. But yeah, Maxi Kleber, man. That's all. Simple as that.
Man, I'm kind of with you. I would say Luka on stats alone, but it's not Luka. Maxi definitely is the one. He's the one guy that I feel like can be a nice little impact on both sides of the ball and at that position, you know what I'm saying, with his defense, and he can stretch the floor too. Maxi's been doing pretty good on his 3-point shots since he got back from that injury. It's not a lot of positive, bro. I'm just gonna go ahead and start getting into these negatives because there's one negative I want to get on. We talked about it before we started the video, man. That's Tim Hardaway, man. He went 3 for 11 today, man. What are we gonna do with Tim Hardaway?
The same thing we always do. Just wait for him to get hot. It's. I still feel like
it seems to be taking him longer to get hot, man. It seems to be taking him longer to get hot.
He's just going through his cold spot early right now. I think it's gonna come. I think now. Do I like that still? No. I hate the inconsistency that we got to wait to see that he can, to hit his peak, then to go
You're
through
making
another
too much
valley
money
or
for that,
whatever.
man. Yeah.
But I think he'll be around eventually. I did want to touch on one negative I said earlier about Luka. My issue with Luka is his the turnovers. So that's where I can see that he can't get around guys because there's a lot of guys like today, who was it? It was Gary Temple, right? Or Gary Temple
Mm-hmm.
that
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
D'ing
yeah,
him
yeah.
up and was
Yeah, then
picking
about
his
the third
pocket
quarter.
and all and making him look
Yeah.
bad and all. He couldn't get past him, and that was the blemish on Luka, or what people actually, I should say, had questions about him coming out of the draft and all about his speed, and that if he could be able to constantly get past people, throughout his career and all. And I'm like, if he doesn't take care of his body, that's going to come back to bite him because it's already based off of just stopping and starting, and his shot making, man. Like he's not, I guess, not getting enough lift on his shots. So it's just, if the shots aren't going down, then it's definitely going to be harder to get past people because the shot isn't going down. So they're waiting for you to drive, and you can't
Right.
do that. So I don't know, man. Like I said, everybody's just, I thought the whole game negative side. We can give the negative finger to everybody that played the game. Like I said, other than Maxey, um, I didn't think it was a good game by anybody. They played like they didn't want to play, like they just beat
Yeah.
this team last game, and they're like, oh well, we're good. We're gonna come out here and do what we got to do. Even the first quarter, they were playing good defensively and all, but they weren't scoring any buckets. And I don't want to keep harping on Luka, but you could tell Luka was just getting into it with the refs and all. Like he was like, this isn't going to be a good game, ref, and I'm going to keep, crying about it the whole game instead of, I want somebody to tell Luka, hey, if you don't get the shot, stop him on the other end. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, go get the ball back and bring it back down the court. Then, like, that should be your whole goal. If they stop you on that side, go play the other way, stop them, get the ball back. Then, but when he's over there arguing with the refs, and there's been times I saw Jalen Brunson grab him from a ref when he was at
Yeah.
the end talking to him, saying the guy was on the line shooting his free throw, like crying to the ref while somebody was shooting a free throw, trying to get him to call a violation. And Jalen Brunson's like, "Come on over here before you get a technical foul or so." So it all starts and ends with Luka. And I don't want to criticize him, like I said, too much because he's a young player still. We always keep saying that he's a young player. But eventually he has to mature to be that vet because he's the guy on his team. So we got a young guy. We got a baby. What is it? Carrying a baby. So we got to see what happens, man.
Now remember, with like you saying with the refs, that was something they was supposed to be working on this offseason. Remember, Kid was talking about how Kid was gonna talk to him and trying to get him to stay away from the referees and stuff like that. Man, listen, us as fans, we see how they're refereeing the games right now. They even came out beginning of the year and let you know that there's certain ways they're gonna start calling the games or certain calls they're not gonna call anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing in the game, you should understand that.
Yeah.
Now, we've been playing. How many games we been played so far? 20 something. What 20,
21 now, right?
21 or 22 games or whatever. And it's just like, bro, you should now see that they are going to be repping you differently now. Like
Mm-hmm.
we said before, you're not going to be shooting 10, 11, and 12 free throws anymore.
Yeah.
So don't play for the call. Play to finish. Now,
Yeah.
if you finish and get the call, that's cool. Get your and one or whatever the case is. Continue to keep being aggressive to go to the goal, but you're doing it to score. Don't do it to get a call.
Yeah.
And that was the issue that a lot of people were having with like James Harden and Trey Young last year. It's like you're playing to get the call. Don't you see how they're refereeing now? Don't play that way anymore. Play to finish. Don't play for the call. And that's the frustrating part. Like you said, Luka is when he doesn't get the call, you're lagging back here crying to the referee while they're going on a fast break and they're scoring.
Yeah.
You're hurting your team that way. And
And
it's just
they're
like, what are we doing, man? Like, what are we doing? And I remember one play too that kind of made me mad too. When Tim Hardaway went down with that injury to his ankle, nobody stopped the play. Nobody intentionally fouled anybody to stop the play, or Jason Kidd didn't call timeout. Nothing. It's like, what are y'all doing? You're playing 4-on-5.
Yeah.
You see the dude is literally laying on the ground down here. Somebody intentionally fouled somebody or something. Like, what are you doing?
They didn't
And I'm
care.
just like, it's a head scratcher, man. It's a head scratcher.
They didn't care, and that starts with the coach. That is a blemish towards Jason Kidd because it
Remember,
starts.
Kid looked down there and saw him, and then say nothing. It's like, bro, you see the dude is down. Call
Yep.
a foul or something, bro. Like, what are you
Foul,
doing?
intentional
Yeah.
foul.
And then shot a wide open 3 in the corner and made it. I'm like, and then you call time. I was like, what are you doing? Why do you intentionally foul somebody? I'm just like, what are we, man? It's getting frustrating, man. It's getting frustrating. Like, I know you think that this team is gonna get out the first. I don't think this team get out the first round, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like,
I still think they can.
you, this team to me, man. Like, to me, the team last year was better than the team this year. And like, no, I don't think they're getting out the first round, bro. I'm sorry. It's you didn't add anything that's gonna give me confidence that you're gonna get out the first round. I don't. You're losing to the Pelicans, bro. Like, I don't see you beating whoever in the first round, no matter how bad they're playing right now. Like, I don't have confidence in you that you're gonna get out the first round.
Utah just lost to the Pelicans. A couple other teams lost to the Pelicans too.
But you would ask me right now, who do I have faith in winning in that series? I'm taking Utah every day, twice on Sunday, bro. I'm sorry. Like, this team, your best player is showing effort, not showing effort right now. You know what I'm saying? That's not Utah's problem. It's not effort.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Your problem is effort.
You're right.
And I don't see it. Like I said, you're playing. We talked about this before too. You're playing down to the competition. You just blew this team out by 32 points. Like, what are we doing? And then you at home. And that's like 3 losses now in a row at home, man. Like, what are you doing? It's getting embarrassing, man. It's like, I don't want to be, I want to be one of those fans, bro, that sit here with the paper bags over my head and all that type of stuff, bro. But I'm getting close, bro. I'm getting close. Like, they need to start booing the Mavericks in every game, bro, like they did in that Cleveland game.
Yeah.
When you start playing like this at home, bro. This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
This should be a free bingo space on your card, bro. This should be an automatic win right here. And you go in here and lay an egg like that. The defense is atrocious. Your star don't look like he wants to be out there right now. The others, as Shaq calls them, are just what they are. The others. Nobody wants to step up. And what happened to Frank Ntilikina tonight?
He didn't play him because allegedly Trey Burke has been playing good, and Trey Burke deserved to keep the minutes. So he let Frank sit on the bench today. I don't think that'll happen again. In my personal opinion, I think that was a bad move by Jason Kidd. He should have used Frank.
When you seen this team struggling on the defensive end, it didn't dawn on you to put a defensive player in the game.
He wanted to keep going Trey Burke.
It didn't dawn on you, huh? To put a defensive player in the game. I'm gonna say it right now. He's their best defensive wing.
Yeah,
their best defensive wing, and you don't put him in the game. When Brandon Ingram is out here looking like Jordan out here, you don't put him in the game.
I don't know. I have no.
Making it real hard for me not to question Jason Kidd on some of his decisions right now, bro. These type of decisions right here are what we talked about going into the season. Some of the questions we had on Jason Kidd, bro.
He's trying to adjust though. I say the thing is I don't get mad with J Kidd because the next game he'll adjust. Like, so we've seen it so far this year when he does something as far as some type of trying something new, an experiment, I should say. He comes back even if it fails and does something again a different way. So I'm not worried about J Kidd. I don't think he'll make that mistake again. I do have a question for you though. So early in the day, I know I talked to you and told you that Dwight Powell's making $12 million. Well, you know how much Reggie Bullock is making. Who would you rather have right
now? You got a gun in my head?
I got one to your head, man. Who would you rather have? Who's the worst? Who has the worst contract right now?
Nah, this ain't saying I like this guy. I guess give me Reggie Bullock.
You take Reggie over Dwight right now?
I think he's making Dwight 10 compared to Dwight making 12.
I think I'll take Dwight.
You serious?
I think I'll take Dwight, man. Like, that's at the level of Reggie. I don't know what Reggie's here for right now, and it's hurting my feelings because so Dwight already has his 12 mil. So why was Reggie here for 10 mil? That's what I'm like. I don't understand with Dwight and him being here. What Reggie's doing nothing. Like I keep saying Jason, golly. Josh Richardson could dribble better than Reggie Bullock can. he's a better playmaker than Reggie Bullock is. Neither one of them can shoot for the Mavericks. What does Reggie do better than Josh at this point? There's nothing. There's literally nothing he's doing right now better than Josh Richardson, and that's horrible. We got rid of one contract to get another contract, and now we have
Yeah, because he shot 1 for 5. I mean, 1 for 4 tonight on threes.
this guy's supposed to be our sharpshooter.
Yeah,
He's not that guy. Neither one of us, actually, truthfully, the guys that's supposed to be our two best shooters are gone. They're not performing at all this year. So it's just rough, man. It's just rough watching this team. And I keep saying they're going to lose each other. I want to know. I wish I could be inside the locker room to see how they really feel about each other. Because I know, at times they talk about we love each other and they try to stop we're not having beef and all. But it has to be with being by each other for all these years. Somebody has to be like, hey, we got to call this guy out. And we know they have to know who's good and who's not, the players on the team. Like, I don't know. There's no way this team should be the same team, man, after all these years. There's no way. And increasing the salary cap, like getting closer to the cap after all these years, still having the same team where no one has confidence that they're going to make a difference. This isn't the Golden State Warriors of 2015 or whatever like that. Nope. This ain't that team where we looking at them like, oh, this is that run and all. We have no – this. I don't even know. Is Luka a first team NBA this year, all NBA this year so far?
Nope.
Don't look like he might not be. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard.
It's 3 teams, right?
Well, he can be a forward, I think, or a guard. And it's 3 teams.
If that's the case, he'll probably be like third team.
Third team? Yeah. I think he'd be second team right now. I think
if that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know he ain't first now.
If it's Phoenix, you gotta have somebody on Phoenix, I guess, would make it, and then somebody on Steph Curry would make it as well. But I don't know, DeMar DeRozan might be above him, and then I'm thinking about like All-Star games and stuff too. Is he a starter? I guess maybe of popularity.
I don't think he's a starter either.
And stuff, but would he be a starter based on his game?
I don't think he's a starter this year, man.
So
if he get in, it's gonna be coach's decision.
He probably get in as a starter just based
or the GM or whoever that is that vote or whatever. I think coaches, the coaches vote. So yeah, he'll probably get in that way. But starter wise, I mean, unless like the fans like vote or whatever. But does he really deserve it this year?
That's the issue. The issue is that we know who Luka Doncic is, and I don't feel like Luka's performing to that level. Luka Doncic is performing at a borderline All NBA level, but he's not. He's supposed to be performing at an MVP level, and he's not performing at an MVP level. So the Mavericks are sucking because of that, first and foremost. But then the rest of the players is added on top. So we don't look as good as we did last year because Luka doesn't look as good. If Luka looked as good as he did last year, we probably look as good as last year. But because he's struggling a little bit as well, the team just looks horrible.
Man, I'm out of answers, man. We got way more questions than we do answers. I don't know what to do with this team. Man, if Mark Cuban's not sitting here and watching this product right now and is upset, then something is wrong. Like if you're okay with what's on this court, then something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. Like you need to be upset enough to go get on the phone right now, man, and get something going, man. Something going. Like this is, I think you probably touched on this on a previous video. Do you think that kid is losing his team right now? It's early, and do you think he's losing his team?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if this team. I don't know. Like there's so many questions. This team they're still probably going to be 4th in the West after the day, or maybe 5th now or whatever.
Right.
And we have more questions than we would if they were 8th or 9th or 10th. One of those teams at the bottom of like they know who they are. I have no clue who the Mavericks are. I have no clue what games they're going to win. I have no clue which games they're going to lose. I have no clue who's going to come out what day. Like but that means they're not a good team. That means if I can't pinpoint what you are and what you're going to do day by day, that means you just get hot or you get cold, which means you're not a good team. That's like
No,
the Pelicans today.
that's facts. That's
That's
facts.
just, that's like the Pelicans today. The Pelicans today did what they had to do to win a game. That happens. You're going to win games throughout an 82 game season, but
Yep.
if we can't point to a reason why you win, like hey, your defense, you're going to win on defense, or you're going to be a high scoring team that's just efficient, makes free throws and threes. We have neither. We have none of that. Like we can't make threes. We don't make free throws. We don't shoot a good percentage. We decide when we want to play defense. There's nothing on this. We don't rebound the ball well. I thought we were going to rebound the ball well in the preseason they were talking about. We don't do that well. We literally have nothing we do well. So I have no clue what's going on with the Mavs or how to even judge them.
You know, it's funny too because we talked about this before. We talked about an identity, and like you said, you're not good on defense, and your shooting woes are continued.
Yeah.
You had that one game against the Pelicans last game where you shot 70%. That was the best. I think the first time over 50% as a team that has shot all year.
Yeah.
And it's just you have nothing to fall back on. And everything that they told us that they were working on over the offseason, it's not showing right now this year.
Nope.
You said you weren't gonna be dependent on Luka. You're heavily dependent on Luka. You said that y'all were gonna play an offense to where everything is flowing and everybody else touches the ball and all that stuff. That didn't come to fruition. Supposedly you got these two defenders in Reggie Bullock and Sterling Brown that's gonna help your defense. That ain't do nothing. Then on top of that, you said you were going to get an extra ball handler and a creator and all that. You didn't do that. It's just so much that's happening with this team that's supposedly you sold us a dream over the offseason that is going to be a better look for this team going into this season, and it's not showing right now, man. It's not showing. Because I know we talked about off camera about the fact that, you know, is this team going to suffer enough to where the fans are going to start dictating things as far as like not watching games, not going to the games? You know what I'm saying? It's like I know I joked about the paper bag over my head, but we did watch a game here against the Cavaliers where the fans started booing. It's like, bro, after a while, this right here is the embodiment of the definition of insanity. We'll continue to see the same thing, but we're not getting different results. You have the same core players for 4 years. It is not getting any better. It's not getting any better. It's to the point you need to change something up, man. I don't understand why that's so hard to understand. In the past, when things weren't working, you were real quick to change things up. Shout out to Don Nelson. You were real quick to change things up. Now, you're so entrenched with this team, you're so in love with this team that you don't want to trade anybody. No matter how bad this team is, you don't want to trade anybody. And yeah, you have continuity. Yeah, these guys, like you said, these guys are friends. They cool, kicking with each other outside. But what is that doing on the court? Because continuity doesn't. Hell, Shaq and Kobe weren't best friends, but they were winning championships.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that all that you being best friends, you're cool, kicking all that stuff. That's all well, but that does not equate to championships. That doesn't even equate to you getting out the first round. That's what we're talking about right now. It's like our focus right now is just getting you out the first round.
I mean, this Reggie Bullock had 28 minutes a day.
Yeah,
he scored 4 points, man.
Yeah,
4 points in 20. But the thing is that he had the best plus minus.
I don't even take the those plus
either.
minus.
He was
I'm eyeball test, bro. Like you, I heard you watching what's going on, bro. Like
yeah,
you see the dude.
That's crazy to think. I'm saying it's crazy to think though, to know that he did that and he had the best plus minus on the team. I see Luka minus 10. I'm sorry, I should have said earlier. Jalen Brunson had a good game too, though. Jalen Brunson was going inside making some awesome buckets. Actually inside. Jalen Brunson, man. I'm gonna be so mad when we lose him, but we're gonna lose him. But
he shot 63% from the field, man.
Man, Jalen Brunson is going to get a contract next year. He's going to be that guy, and it's sad watching him right now, knowing that we're about to lose him. And Jalen Brunson is awesome. Like Jalen Brunson, we got both of them in the 2018 draft, Luka and Jalen Brunson. That's unbelievable. But yeah,
they
man,
can find a way to trade Tim. I would love to keep Brunson.
Yeah, we're going to trade one of the two, but I just feel like it's going to be easier to trade Jalen Brunson with Hardaway, man. Like I feel like No, unless Timmy just goes on a streak right now where he gets hot, but then we're gonna want to keep him if he gets hot. So I don't know. Dorian today had what points he have? 8 points in
Yeah, he
32
had.
minutes. Dwight Powell gave you 5 points in his 19 minutes. Shannon Brown gave you 2 points in 60. This is ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous to read off these numbers, these minutes, and see the production based off the minutes, and it's like, this is horrible. Wow.
Well, with that being said,
Valanciunas. So before you do it, Valanciunas was in foul trouble first half.
yeah,
We still did nothing.
and he still finished with 14-11, man. Still finished with 14-11. Like I said, Brandon Ingram, 29-12,
And
like 8 rebounds. Like, bruh, it's to the point too, man. Like, as a Mavs fan, like you said before, we might need to start kind of look. Got to be held accountable for this, man. You don't
yes.
get to skate by and everybody else get blamed, bro. You are the engine that runs this car, bro. Like, we gotta kind of question you now, man, with this. Not to say we don't love Luca, man. He's still still our favorite player on the team and all that stuff, man. But when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, man, you got to call it out, man. You got to call it out.
But it's like last
But
year. It's like
go
last
ahead,
year.
sir.
Last year he started off slow. We still loved him. We
And I
knew
mean, like,
we knew it was in there, and then it
this is
came
a
on.
different type of slow, though, man. To me, like, I was sitting there thinking, it was like, well, he did come out the gate slow last year, but I don't know, that just seems different this year.
I
It's a
don't feel
different
like
type of slow.
it wasn't as much. I feel like his 2-point game wasn't struggling as much. I
Nah, he
feel,
was shooting over 50% on twos.
yeah, it was the 3-point that just wasn't going. So you saw him still dominate, and you were just like, these open shots gonna go in, man. Like eventually he's gonna make them. This year everything looks difficult for him. Like he doesn't get as many easy shots like that. His Euro step doesn't lead to a bunch of layups anymore as much as they used to, like with the fakes and all. I was watching.
Yeah,
They were staying down with the Euro, and it was like, oh, he can't do anything. He's stuck right there under the rim. He got to pass it out. So, man, I don't know. It's I'm trying to call it like it is. I love Luka. I think he can be the best player in the NBA. I still believe that, and I think he will be at some point. But it's like if this team was the Pelicans, we'd be talking about Zion and
yeah.
talking about what he should be doing and all, and calling it. It is what it is. And Luka needs to be held accountable for what he's doing right now, and he's not doing as much as we think he should be doing. That 21, 10, and 7, he got that 21 just to make sure he got 20 points for his streak or whatever. So he was going to get his 20 points. I mean, call it what it is. Russell Westbrook,
Yeah.
he's doing the same thing. We say the same thing. But we need Luka to be better. We need Luka to be the best player on the court every game, as he should.
We need playoff Luka.
Yes, every game. That's what we expect. We expected the Slovenian national team, Luka, that
Yeah,
was over there motivated to play with his team and was almost took his team to a medal game. Like,
right.
and truthfully, we want to talk on that for a second. I think the reason that they didn't medal is because he didn't want to win the bronze medal. That's a personal opinion on mine. I think he didn't want the bronze medal. I think once he lost that game to not play the U.S. in the finals, in the medal game or whatever, he said, I don't want this medal. And then that last game they played when they lost, they got destroyed by France, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just was out of it like, I don't really care about this game no more. That's how Luka plays basketball right now. When he decides he doesn't want to play, he doesn't play. When he's out there smiling, having fun, and like, I'm going to embarrass you, he embarrasses people. So I don't know what they need to do to make sure he stays motivated, but they got to find something, man, or someone. And that's why I'm hoping for Goran Dragic. So hopefully he'll come and they'll help out the Mavs as far as helping them with their motivation with Luka, man.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I definitely agree, man. He definitely has to change something up. He has to change his mindset and all that type of stuff, man. If he wants to take that next step and wants to lead this team to where we think they could get to. But let's go ahead and do this. The game balls, man. I know it's gonna be hard to do right now, but who you giving your game ball to tonight?
I was going to give it to Maxey, but I'm gonna split it though. I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna do a game ball like you did the first time we did this. I'm gonna give it to Maxey and give it to JB because I can't leave JB out. JB was out there doing his thing, being JB again. He's just so consistent. You kind of forget about him now. Like he's just a consistent that 15 to 17 points a game, whatever like that.
Yeah.
He just does it efficiently, man. And damn, we're gonna lose JB, man. I'm just every time I think about it and talk about it, we're gonna lose him.
I'm gonna hold hope that they're gonna find a way to trade Tim Hardaway.
I hope, man. If you are right, all
Because that's
praise.
like you said, that's the only way they're gonna be able to keep JB is if they trade Tim Hardaway.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that's what the case is. If they can trade Tim Hardaway, man, that will be. Then we know for a fact they're gonna sign Jalen Brunson back.
Yes.
Because what's this, December? They got 2 more months, man, until the trade deadline. So hopefully we can get something done between now and then, man. They have to do something, man. They have to do something. Something has to change. Not to the point where you're doing a rebuild or anything like that, but just something's got to change, man. You've had the same team of core players for the last 4 years, and we're not seeing anything different. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse. And so I know they're going to use the excuse of, oh, well, KP didn't play tonight. You shouldn't have needed KP against the one of the worst teams in the league.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not an excuse. It's like, I don't know, man. That's gonna probably do it for me tonight, man. What about you, man? You got anything else you want to add?
Man, nah, this is nothing to say. Hopefully, let's trade. Man, I don't want to trade. See, it's hard because I like the players on the team. I know what Mark Cuban is going through. These are good guys. These are guys that you like.
Hey,
you want to stand
good guys.
behind?
That's cool. But are they gonna get you where you're trying to get to? No. Then we gotta make some changes, man. Because if you don't, you're gonna be in that same the same type of situation that you were in with Dirk, where you're gonna be wasting Dirk's prime years by not putting a proper team around him. And I know Luka ain't made to his prime yet, but Luka, like you've been saying, Luka's at the point where he could arguably be a top 5 player in the league. So you need to start putting the proper talent around him. I can name all these other teams I use this example ad nauseum. Trae Young's team, they put a better team around Trae Young. We've seen the 2 teams we just played against, the Cavaliers. You've seen Washington. They're putting better players on these teams to help their teams succeed. You can't keep having it to where it's just Luka and you just go out there and work your magic. And you got a dude that you didn't pick up at the grocery store sacking groceries as your starting guard. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. You have to put better players around Luka if you want him to want him to take that next step. You know what I'm saying? And that's my problem. You know what I'm saying?
Does he have to talk? Does he have to talk? Does he have to get to a point where maybe Luka is that guy? Like we all crying to Mark Cuban and all. Is that Luka's job? No, it's not his job. Obviously, it's the GM.
So you saying like with Mark, take it more serious if Luka said something?
Yeah, if Luka said, you know what, man, I like these guys.
Because obviously he's not listening to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously he's not listening to us.
If
like I've said before, if you go look at Mav Twitter right now, they going in on Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Going in on Mark Cuban. So obviously he's not listening to us. So it might be what you just said. Luka might have to say something, man. And I don't know how far Luka has to be pushed before he say, you know what, like you said in that video, you know what, I'm getting tired of this, man. Something got to change. Something got to change, man. I'm getting tired of dragging this team. Luka's out here dropping 35 points a game in the playoff for his career, and nobody else shows up. Yeah. He's burning himself out to the point his body's breaking down. He's getting tired in the fourth quarter. Then you got folks questioning, oh, can he close in the fourth quarter? Well, he did just score 30 points in the first half. So, I mean, cut the guy some slack. Nobody else is showing up. He's trying to carry his team. And after a while, I know Luka's going to be like, you know what, man, look, I'm tired of carrying this team, man, and being the only guy. I got to go somewhere else. I could team up with somebody else and make it a whole lot easier for me, and I get my chance to get a ring. You know what I'm saying? If Mark Cuban is not going to do the proper thing and put a team around him. Because you can't sit here and tell me that when he got Sterling Brown and Reggie Bullock, he's like, man, look, we hooked you up, bro. We got Sterling Brown and Reggie Bullock. You good now. It's like
I think he did for Reggie, though. I think Luka had some input on Reggie coming. I think he did because I feel like Reggie played him decent last year, and I think Luka played by the mindset of if you can't get the guy over here that does the best against me, so that I don't have to play against him. I think it was kind of that little thing. LeBron does that a lot too, where it's guys that are like JaVale McGee played awesome defense against LeBron when he was a part of the Warriors against the Cavaliers. with LeBron to throw the ball off the backboard. And JaVale played him a couple series, and it was like, man, he's D'ing him up. And
Yeah,
next thing you know, LeBron had JaVale McGee on the Lakers with him
the
when he went
Lakers.
over there.
Yeah,
LeBron does it. That's a smart thing to do. So I think Luka did that as far as that. But we just need some the dribbling the ball. I don't. I would take anyone right now. If anyone has the ability to dribble the ball and make a shot, any player on any team right now, that's all we need. We don't need a guy that's a sniper. He doesn't have to be a 3-point sniper. As long as he can dribble the ball and get a bucket, so that we don't have to worry
right,
about, because Tim Hardaway, we worry about him being a sniper. He's not Klay Thompson, so
nope.
he's not going to be the guy that keeps getting you buckets. He's streaky. So if
He,
I can
he's
get a
he's
guy,
more he's more J.R. Smith than
yes,
Klay Thompson.
yes, exactly. So if I can get a guy that consistently does a role, that's why you said Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber is one of the best role players in the NBA. He's a role player that does his role. You know what
Thank
he's
you.
going to do. Dorian Finney-Smith, you want him to be a great 3-and-D player, but his three keeps going up and down. So that's what makes him not that guy at that level of making sure he's guaranteed a contract. If his 3-point shot went down, he'd be a guy that's a guaranteed role player somewhere. We
Yeah,
have too many players that overachieve, and we keep paying them for overachieving instead of getting guys that can actually fill the position.
that's facts. That is
That
facts.
that's that's been what it's been, because Mark Cuban likes guys, and it's it's awful, because I would think he's a great businessman, because he's always seen as a great businessman. So you would think he wouldn't take personal stuff into account, but it's like he
Right.
loves these guys, and he's just going to keep riding out with them, man. So we got to ride out as Maverick fans.
Yeah, I guess you're right, man. Well, that was gonna do it for us, guys. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us tonight. It's a late one tonight. The Mavs once again they lose to the Pelicans 107 to 91. They do have a game tomorrow against the Memphis Grizzlies, so we won't have a video tomorrow for you guys, but we will do a video for the game on Monday. Never, no, I'm sorry, on Sunday. We'll have a game Sunday evening for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and tune into that. We'll give you guys a heads up on that. And whenever you see us on your YouTube, you go ahead and click on that reminder, and you'll know when we get ready to drop our video. Um, like I said, guys, please like and subscribe to our channel, guys. We're trying to grow our channel, and we definitely can use your subscriptions and your likes and your views to help us do that and help us on our journey to where we're trying to reach. That'll be a huge help to us, guys. And like I said, guys, I am your boy Real. I got my boy King, and we will catch you guys on another episode of We Talk Mavs here on the Glow Sun Sports Channel.
Peace,
We'll see
y'all.
y'all here soon. All
Comment
right.
below. Make sure y'all
Oh.